watching a master at work.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Tell it like it is, UPTV Channel 6. This is it, folks, season finale. We might go, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours. There's no telling. They just said we're gonna go till the tape run out. Big Joe sitting here, and my partner in crime closing out the season, Bundog.
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, but I'm not doing as good as 60 guys from last night.
Well, actually, top 5 or 6.
Top 5 or 6?
Oh, yeah.
Top 5 or 6 in what?
The NBA draft.
The NBA draft was last
Yes.
night? Yeah. NBA draft was last night. You got some new millionaires. Ladies!
Ching-ling.
Ching ching!
Debit cards is fat.
Man, imagine you go from eating cold hot dogs in the dorm to now filet mignon and whatever else you want.
Caviar.
Yeah, life just changes.
Purified water.
You ain't got to drink out the faucet no more,
No.
and all your cups match.
You ain't got to make the bed. You
Somebody-
got big cars.
Somebody come make my bed.
Instead of driving that little AMC Pacer, then you got a big body Benz. He's stretched out.
You can stick your arms out now.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Real pig seats.
Whoa. So you saying that 5 of them guys, well, like I said, it's top 60, but 5 of them guys, they're going to be really
Oh,
living.
yeah. Checks were signed, checks were dated yesterday and cashed today.
You see some of them suits?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, the first pick last night in the 2007 NBA draft,
The 40-year-old.
the 40-year-old Bill Russell was taken by the Portland Trail Blazers, none other than AKA Greg Oden. He is the #1 pick in this year's draft, as I said, selected by the Portland Trail Blazers. Was there any question as to who was going to be the #1 pick?
Not really, because they needed a big man, and they had a good scoring forward and Roy
Yeah.
and LaMarcus Aldridge, so they just needed that little piece in the middle, that little piece of pie. The last piece of pie that you sit there and wait on.
Let's see if anybody else gonna get that piece. Hey, how you doing now, Louise? Give me that one.
Yep,
So they got that one.
they got it.
Greg Oden, the last piece of pie. No longer the Jailblazers, but just the Trailblazers. They doing a little house cleaning up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that in a second, cause a few trades went on last night.
Oh, a whole lot.
But like I said, Greg Oden, he's your first pick out of Ohio State. As we said, no surprise. I think everybody figured after January that he was going pro, #1. And #2, if he put his name in the draft hat, he was going to be the overall #1 pick. Portland lucked up in the lottery because their chance was like 1 in 100 million to win.
I don't like that.
So you're saying that the
Worst team ought to get the best pick.
just do it like every other sport, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I guess it's just that in basketball is one of those sports that you can tank it a little bit. To try to slide your position down.
You can do it in football.
Yeah. But not as, basketball, you just go ahead
You
and,
can do it in football. You run the same play every down.
yeah. A little too obvious, though. A little too obvious.
They change formation.
Just move the tight end to the other side.
Yeah, split back, wide out.
And what, just run a quarterback sneak, 3
Oh,
plays
yeah.
and punt?
Punt.
Well, the second team in the draft definitely didn't punt. The Seattle Supersonics. They got probably the most skilled player in the draft. That's Kevin Durant, the freshman out of Texas, Texas Longhorns, put the number 2 overall pick in the draft again. Last year was LaMarcus Aldridge. This year, Kevin Durant. Skill set, man.
Pretty good.
Who you remind you of? Got anybody that just, he stands out?
Len Bias.
You say Len Bias? I might give you a little on that. Bias was a lot stronger with his game.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, they say his weakness is his strength, and they'll put him in the gym, give him some protein shakes, and
Yeah, you know one of his problems was he couldn't even bench press 185 pounds.
yeah, in the little combine they had, you know. But that ain't got nothing to do with no basketball.
I'm glad you said that, because just like what we talk about here on the NFL combine, now the NBA is going to this ridiculous thing about, you know, shuttle run and vertical leap and how much.
What they got to do with anything?
The basketball don't weigh 185 pounds.
No, it doesn't.
As long as that 6'11" brother can fade and shoot that jumper and handle that rock, that's all you're paying
Got
him
it
for.
made.
You can hire somebody to lift that 185 pounds.
Right.
You know, I'll come in there and be his workout king.
You know, let's take a survey. Let's take all the NBA players. Let's set a standard. Let's not 185. Let's go 165.
Right. How many can do it?
I mean, it can do it.
And I bet you not too many can do it. But we want to see what you're doing out there. 384-2452. See, last show. The last show, I waited till the last. I remember the number. 384-2452. If you got any opinions on the NBA draft last night or any matter in reference to sports, give us a call, 384-2452. Stat Girl.
Stat Girl.
Stat Girl. Stat Girl came dressed as a chair tonight. Stat Girl got tired of my mouth. I told Stat Girl for the past, 2-3 weeks, if she didn't reach her call minimum, she's going to be fired. So instead of me getting the opportunity to say, like Donald Trump, you're fired, what happened? She quit.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe we got to answer phones.
We think we should answer the phone?
Oh yeah.
There she is again, dressed as a chair. So y'all sitting out there checking us out on UPTV Channel 6. Tell it like it is. No Stat Girl, or Stat Girl dressed as a chair.
There was a little history made last night too.
Little history was made last night.
3 Gators in the first round.
Gator bait. If you don't
4
know,
overall.
4 overall. Taekwon, what was it?
Turgeon Green.
Turgeon Green, Sturgeon Green, Simply Green. Ain't that the stuff you use to clean?
Oh yeah.
That stuff's good.
He didn't make it though.
He didn't win. What, his second round? Yeah. But we're not going to worry about that. But like he said, last night, 3 Gators.
3 of them.
Al Horford, Corey Brewer, and Joakim Noah all selected in the top 10. First time that's ever happened.
Wow.
First time that 3 players from the same
team. Is that the reason
team.
why they're back-to-back champs?
Yes. Yes. Let me say it one more time. Yes. That's why they were back-to-back NCAA champion. And that was a baseline.
Yes.
Wow. Al Horford, number 3 pick, he went to Atlanta.
Yep.
Corey Brewer, he goes to, Minnesota or somewhere like that, don't know. And then Joakim Noah. Did you see that suit he had on?
Oh, man, it was dope. Man, I bet back in the day, you had one of them suits on when you went to your prom, didn't you?
A seersucker. Look at it. Look at it. Boy, look, with the bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what he looked like? He's selling some insurance.
The kind you don't want to buy.
There you go. If that man come to your door, lock your screen.
You're right.
He gonna come in and get you. But Joakim Noah is now the latest addition to your Chicago Bulls, not mine. Yours.
Chi-Town.
Yeah. Now, first thing, you gonna go to Chi-Town with that fro?
Yes.
You gonna have to get it whacked?
No.
So you think they just gonna let him ponytail it?
Hey, that man been wearing that ponytail for 4 years.
Yeah, he wasn't making no money then.
Bill, look at Ben Wallace.
That Ben Wallace done earned his right to have that fro.
What? He coming in, it's a new style.
It's a new style?
Right.
We'll see. Now, out of the 3 Gators that got drafted, Horford, Brewer, and Joakim Noah, right now, based on what you've seen, who do you think is going to have the best career?
Corey Brewer.
You think Corey Brewer is going to have the best career?
Because he has inside-outside game. Even though, I mean, that suit, if you look at the picture of that suit, it looks a little short right there. You see a little watch.
It was like Corey Brewer.
They cut it off a little short.
They hit right there, and then his mom said, "Boy, put that suit on."
It fit. It don't fit.
It don't fit, Mama. I can't go to the draft. You better shut up and get in the car. Tell you, them people about ready to pay you. Yeah, so he won't have to worry about no more short suits.
But the thing that brought me, like Stephen A. Smith said, why would you, Atlanta Hawks, number 3, why would you go out and get another forward? You done drafted forwards 5 years in a row.
I agree. Last year they picked up Sheldon Williams. The year before they picked up, help me out now, what's the boy's name out of Carolina? Marvin Williams.
Yep.
You know, so Atlanta, and then you got Joe Johnson playing guard, but who's their point guard? Who knows and who cares? And that's why the Atlanta Hawks
Bob Stovall
are always in. He might be, because the point guard is usually
with
sleep.
the Doc Rivers throwback.
Right. Down there in some tight Hawk shorts.
You're right, with the Brooks on.
And then pull over the calf socks.
You're right.
But that's what I was going to say. The Hawks are always in the NBA draft lottery.
Yeah.
Because
stupid moves. Stupid.
You draft for needs. And there's in basketball, there's the two most important players on the court are your center
and your point guard.
Because if you don't have a guy inside that can go get it, you got to have an outside guy that can go give it to him. The Hawks don't have either one.
No.
You got a lot of
guard by committee.
Similar talent. And like you said, Al Horford's going there. Al Horford's going in 1 week lose more games than he lost in his college career.
Wow.
That's going to be a eye-opening experience.
You think you'll have a little dissension amongst the forwards?
Well, you think about it. Sheldon Williams out of Duke, Marvin Williams out of Carolina, and then you got Horford coming in.
Josh Childress.
Josh Childress out of Stanford.
And the young guy out of high school.
Josh Smith.
Yep.
So you take them 5. And now you got a team that hadn't won but 27, 30 games on average for the past 5 years.
Hey, fellas. Sorry to interrupt. We had a caller who had a couple of questions, though, but he didn't want to say them on the air. So he wants me to relay his questions to you.
No, wait a minute. This ain't tell her to tell it like it is. This show is called Tell It Like It Is. 384-2452.
Tell him to call back.
You call here, you call back, you tell it like it is.
This ain't deal with no deal.
Yeah, right. Look, the Olympic relay, he go, oh, yeah, hey, check it out, man. Could you tell old girl to tell Joe and Bundy, what do you put in your sweet potato pie?
No.
So you call back at 384-2452. Now, he had 2 questions. What was the first question? And you don't even remember.
I remember the second question. No, the first question was about Joakim Noah. He was asking if the Bulls should have waited to do something. And the second question was, what did they say about Michael Jordan at the draft?
Oh, well, Brandon Wright asked the question. Well, they asked Brandon Wright. He was drafted by the Charlotte Bobcats. And Stu Scott asked him, was he ready to go down there and play one-on-one with Mike? And Brandon Wright said, Mike don't want none of this. Just flat out. And then Brandon Wright got traded to the Golden State Warriors. So
he's all right, I'm gonna show him.
He found out the power of Mike Jordan. He said, you think I can't ball? I'll show you. Sent an email to somebody over at Golden State, and they was like, yeah, we'll trade with you. And he's gone. But whoever called, this is Tell It Like It Is. It's not tell her to tell it like it is. UPTV Channel 6. Remember, look at the name of the show is on the screen. Don't do that again, especially on our last show. Got me all confused.
Yeah.
Discombobulated.
We're going to have people call in and ask questions.
Right, and then leave them. Can I leave a message for him?
Yeah, then the coach. I remember the second question. I don't remember the first one.
Right. You need a pen to write this stuff
I
down?
didn't know he was going to ask me 2 questions. I came back and he had a whole other question.
Oh, so he asked you one question,
He said, hold
and your
on.
brain filled up with the first question. He asked you the second question and then knocked the first one out.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Multitasking is,
It just, oh.
is asking too much. Keep it simple.
Good help is hard to find. You know what we should have did? We should have left that chair that was Stat Girl dressed as a chair. We should have let that chair answer the phone. We'd have got a better deal. But hit us back, 384-2452. Now you say Brewer's gonna have a better career than all 3 of them.
Yeah, I believe so.
My question is about Noah.
He
Where does he fit with the Bulls?
he can't shoot outside.
Nope.
He got a little dribbling skills, so that might help him out a little bit.
About that much.
Yeah, but that was his downfall at Florida. Mm-hmm. You know, to make it in anywhere, high school, middle school, AAU, college, pro, you got to hit a 15-foot jump shot consistently.
Right.
If you hit that 50 times out of 50 times, you are the man.
You're exactly right. And he can't make it.
Now, I'm thinking he about a 17 out of 50.
And here's the other thing for you Bulls fans sitting out there. Let's get in our Wayback Machine.
Hey, dude, what's going on?
It's the 2002 or 2003 NBA draft, and in the top 4 picks, you had Tyson Chandler and Eddie Kirk.
No longer there.
They both gone. And in 2007, their replacement is floppy hair Joakim Noah. One guy with afro, and he wasn't big enough to do the job. Now you bring in Noah.
But you never know. I think Brewer, Al Horford, he's a banger.
Right.
He don't have the outside game, but Corey Brewer, he has played point guard for the Gators.
Right.
He has played small forward. He has played all the positions.
Yeah. Now,
And he will take y'all dribble and drop you off at the hole.
and that's why I agree with you about him being a better pro, because he's got a pro-style game.
Yes.
He showed it in the championship game against Ohio State Buckeyes and Greg Oden. And speaking of the Buckeyes, there was another guy that was taken from that championship game, Mike Conley Jr.,
That's good.
with the number 4 pick, Memphis Grizzlies.
They should trade him to Portland.
Trade him to Portland.
Yeah.
Why would you trade Conley to?
Man, that's like peas and carrots. Oden and Conley been together since they was shorties.
Yeah,
Now they just
you're right, because
ball game over.
they've been together since junior high.
Oh yeah,
And and Conley's daddy, Mike Sr.,
with the bow tie.
yeah, he's the agent for both of them. And he just finished up, getting his education on how to become a sports agent. And then look who he got. His son, the number 1 pick, and then Daquan Cook. Got all 3 of them. Wow.
That's good.
I think I'm going back to school.
Sports agent? Yeah, you probably get somebody like Stuart Brown.
Man, how come they gonna give me $3 for 7 years?
And you get 50% commission.
Right. Stuart, that's what I negotiated for you. Just take what they give you, okay? But yeah, Mike Conley Jr. is not a point guard for Memphis. First point guard taken. Mistake?
No,
Why not?
Memphis need one.
Yeah.
They got big men. See,
Yeah.
they were smart. They were smart.
Memphis had big men.
They got Paul Gasol, which he was trying to shop him last year.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody want him, so. And they got Swift. They got a nice front line.
Yeah, real nice front line. Like you said, they got Dante Jones, who used to play for Duke as a swing
Yep.
man, 2-3 position. So Conley is a good pick for them. Flip it. Conley went 3 to the Hawks. Think the Hawks would be a much better team?
It could be a playoff team.
I agree. That's why I asked about, was it a mistake?
They would have filled up the Phillips Arena now. It used to be the Omni.
Right.
They'd have filled up Phillips Arena.
Right. Every corporation out there, they give you some money. They want their name on the side of the building.
Yeah.
So Like you said, the Phillips Arena would have been filled, but now, whew, man, you have to go get some old Dominique Wilkins tapes out.
Doc Rivers, Bud Webb,
Right, because the Hawks,
Tree Rollins.
Antoine Carr, Cliff Livingston. See, we go back, tell it like it is.
Right.
Y'all give us a call. If you call in, we just gave Coach a pen. She will write down your questions if you don't want to talk to us. So give us a call at 384-2452, UPTV Channel 6. The season finale, tell it like it is. We getting ready to go on hiatus. I'm going to the island of Decatur. Where you going?
The Island of Rantoul.
The island of Rantoul and the island of Decatur. We're going to, us big TV types get to go to places like that,
Right.
We'll take our entourage, I had that old county market bag with me carrying
I got my ANP bag.
You got paper or plastic?
Back then, when number
Paper. And we understand that. So we'll be going on hiatus. Now, when you look at the draft, especially how it's set up right now, you only got 2 rounds. If you go back to the draft history, first of all, the draft lottery started because of Patrick Ewing, the former center for the New York Knicks and
Yep.
Georgetown great. But that's where the draft lottery started at with Ewing. Patrick Ewing, Patrick Ewing, Patrick Ewing. Hey, wow. It's, this is TV magic. You say a guy's name 9 times,
he finally appeared.
he finally appears on your screen.
like Harry Houdini.
Hey, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. But like I said, Patrick Ewing, draft lottery started with him back in '85. Reason why I bring up Ewing, Greg Oden is the first true center. Now, I'm going to talk about Tim Duncan. And even, if you think about it, David Robinson.
Yeah.
But a true dominant big man to come in since Ewing. You think he's going to have the same impact? Even though Ewing never won a championship, he had a pretty successful career in New York.
He did. I would say so. I mean, because Greg Oden's mentality right now is defense.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care about scoring. If he did, he'd have been mad at Ohio State because the way they'd come down jacking up threes.
Yeah.
And he's standing there like this, and he look back and they shooting.
So
I mean, he had that mentality. They respect him and love him in Portland.
yeah, I got a feeling that you're right there, that when you look at what Ewing did in New York, it took him a while. He didn't get to his first championship till '94, so it took him 9 years. But when he came in, he was defensive minded out of Georgetown. His dunks were incredible, but he was a consummate team player. And Oden is the same way. Ewing went to the Final Four 3 out of his 4 years at Georgetown.
Yep.
Oden went after his freshman year. So I see some parallels. The difference, I still think that Oden is around the back. I think he's more ambidextrous than Ewing was at this point. I don't think he's as aggressive as Ewing is. Or
You
Ewing
gotta
was.
understand, Patrick Ewing didn't play basketball till his junior season of high school.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's raw. He come to the NBA, he's raw.
Well, that's guys.
He's like that piece of meat you put on the grill.
And he had a little sizzle to him. Well, Ewing came up, was it Jamaica?
Yes.
Where he came from, so he's down there playing a lot of soccer. And it's like, man, you're too big. Get off the field. Go do something else. So he had to move to the States and, once again, a little history lesson on tell it like it is. But yeah, I agree. Greg Oden will have at least similar, if not a better NBA career than Patrick Ewing. But I still think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to, playing ball and
He
getting
will.
out there.
You talking about the laziness?
Yeah.
That's what you talking about.
Well,
You want to be aggressiveness. Say the man lazy. We can talk and tell it like it is.
okay.
He lazy.
Okay. Greg Oden is kind of lazy when he
Yeah,
gets
he
down.
didn't take it some full throttle before each game.
Uh-oh. I hear the phone ringing. We had one test run earlier, and replacement stat girl failed miserably. So we don't.
She's 3 in the hole.
Yeah.
If it was a golf, she shot a triple bogey.
Oh, right now she'd be looking for a ball. But 384-2452. Caller. Caller, tell us your name, tell us where you call from, tell it like it is.
Yo, man, this Wise, man. I'm calling from Champaign, Illinois, man. How you gonna leave out Shaq?
I didn't.
Skip Shaq.
Wait a minute. You got to remember what we're talking about.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about what changed the draft. Patrick Ewing, when he was at Georgetown, if you think back, I don't know how old you are, but if you go back to the draft before 1985, there was no lottery. You just went ahead and, like Bundy said earlier, worst team picked. And the league got afraid, as dominant as Patrick Ewing was when he was in college, the teams were going to start tanking the games at the end of the season so they could pick Ewing number one. So they ended up going to that draft lottery, and it just so happened, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think that was a setup for Ewing to go to New York because it's the biggest TV market. But that's where the draft changed. Now, Shaq, I agree, was probably the most dominant big man of our generation, but they didn't change the draft or how the draft lottery was run because of Shaq. And nobody thought Shaq was going to come in and have the dominant career he had when he got to the NBA. So
Right.
that's where we're coming from.
So you think that Greg Oden have an impact like Shaq had or like Ewing had? You think he'll be that good?
No, I think he'd have his own game. It'd be a little different. He'd come in with a little finesse. I mean, he'd score maybe 10 or 12 points a game. His thing is going to be block shots and rebounds.
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe I tuned in a little too quick, but I heard y'all say something. I didn't hear Shaq come up, so I was kind of wondering, what it...
But, caller, you remember when Shaq come in, only thing he could do was dunk.
Right. Shaq didn't have a low post game.
No, he
was
was
just
do the spin move and dunk on you.
That was it. He just had an overpowering game. But if you think about it, Shaq didn't have the fadeaway jump shot that Ewing developed in his career. Obviously, the sky hook that Kareem had back in the day. Shaq's, that's why his logo is him hanging off the rim.
Yeah, that's true, but he had power, something that Ewing didn't have.
Well, that guy's
Into the rim.
How many men are 7'2" and weigh 350 pounds playing basketball?
Hey, how many steps Ewing get across the middle?
Back then they didn't call traveling in the NBA. That was just a part of the league then.
But one thing, caller, I admire Shaq for what he did, but Olajuwon made a believer out of me when he used him in the finals that year.
Hey, we ain't needed. You know what, man? Now
That was an all-out better team, too. But Olajuwon was the real deal. You have to get that. You have to say that. Olajuwon was the real deal. But when
the dream shake.
The dream shake. Well, all right, man. I just called in and give y'all a shout-out, man.
Well, I appreciate it, caller.
Thanks for calling.
Hit us again. Tell it like it is.
Hey, they had a question written down this time.
Right. All she had to do was answer the phone and then put him on hold and then put it on the other phone. And let's give him a round of applause. Everybody, golf clap.
She found her ball.
Right. You can play from that spot there. That's not out of bounds. Great job there. Great job. But I appreciate you hitting us at Tell It Like It Is, UPTV Channel 6. Hey, sometimes we don't talk about people that you want to talk about. That's why you got to give us a call, 384-2452. Now, NBA draft, we've had a plethora of guys that come through. Think back to 1984. He talked earlier, about Akeem Olajuwon.
Was the #1 pick.
In the
I have it right here in
1984
front of me.
draft. But think about some of the guys that came out in that draft.
We have Akeem Olajuwon, Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Charles Barkley, Melvin Turpin, Alvin Robinson, Lancaster Gordon,
Flash Gordon.
From the Ville.
Louisville. Wow.
Otis Thorpe, and Leon Wood. That's your top 10. That's to include Kevin Willis and Tim McCormick, and Jay Humphreys, Michael Cage, and Terrence Stansbury. That's your top 15.
Now, with that draft back then in '84, and that's when guys you stayed in school 2, 3, 4 years. They really stayed and really refined their
guys stayed in
skills.
school 4 years.
Well, Barkley came out after his junior year, and so did Jordan. So that's the reason why I'm saying that. I'm not saying, Sam Perkins, like you said, was a senior. But the point I'm making about that draft in 1984, John Stockton was in that draft.
Yes, number 16.
The number 16 pick. Wasn't Muggsy Bogues in that draft? I thought Muggsy came out that year.
No, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I'm wrong probably once
Michael
a year.
Young.
Michael. What about Michael Cage? The Jerry Curl Wonder. Used to play, what was it, San Diego?
Yes, he was number 14.
See, I know my stuff, man. I don't mess around when it comes to this. Keep going. I ain't going to look at the list. Look, I'm going to look away. You give me a throw out of school or something, I'm going to see what happens.
Okay. Boston College, Golden State, number 31 pick.
Ooh, now, was it the little one, Michael Adams?
No.
Or was it the big one, John, come on. John, tell me the last name. Help me out. That's 23 years ago.
Jay Murphy.
Jay Murphy, yeah, whoever.
All right, 36. Louisville, went to Phoenix. He played center for the Louisville Cardinals.
And he went to Phoenix. Wow, in 1984? It wasn't Purvis Ellison because he didn't come out until 88, 89.
He was a freshman in 86.
He's right. Let's see here. And he played with Lancaster Gordon and Milt Wagner. Is it a McRae brother?
Nope. He played with Rodney.
Rodney
And Scooter.
Scooter.
Charles A. Jones.
Charles Jones. Okay. See, my memory ain't all, I ain't had my ginkgo.
Okay.
Whatever. But the NBA draft,
That won in the second round. Jerome Kersey out of Longwood.
That's just like Mario Elliott back in, 85, 86? Not too many people know that. Elliott was drafted like in the 7th round. And if for those of y'all out there listening, you saw last night the NBA draft went 2 rounds. Back when we was coming up, how many rounds used to be?
7.
It was 7 in 87 and 88. But before that, it was 10 rounds. You know who the Bulls drafted back like in 82? Carl Lewis.
I thought it was John Towns. Georgetown.
He got drafted in the 9th round. John Towns got drafted before Carl Lewis. But that's when the NBA, 10 rounds. The draft wasn't on TV like it is today, but they've cut it down to 2 rounds. So a lot of guys who don't get drafted still going to get opportunity in free agency. So good luck to them. Final thing on the NBA draft. Let's go back to, what was that, 2003? Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo. Now that was a draft. And I bring that draft up because it's comparable to that 84 draft we just talked about.
Yep.
You had Barkley, Jordan, and Hakeem in that draft in 1984. And then 20 years later, you get Carmelo, you get LeBron, and you get Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Yes.
A lot of people kind of forget about Chris Bosh is a ball player.
Was doing a thing in Canada.
Yes, he's up there with the Raptors. And I'm not talking about Jurassic Park. He's doing his thing. So, some nice talent that came out of the 03 draft. Let's see what happens with the 2007 draft and see if they can rekindle some of that spirit of what
Find out
happened.
in October. Hey, the commissioner said this will be the best year of the NBA ever.
He said that last year.
He got an image to uphold.
Yeah, he good at marketing, boy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. He's good at letting you be suspended too.
Well, yeah. And that's the reason why a lot of you said these guys come in, I just want to come in and do my job. Real humble.
You're right.
Ain't no more of this coming in all flashy and brash and, the entourage or whatever.
I'm the man and ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Nope.
You be sitting over there in a suit.
First one that'll be in trouble in the NBA out of the 2007 group, Joakim Noah.
Willie?
Oh, he gonna go to Chicago. He gonna be on the north side. He gonna go in them bars.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he gonna
too
do
square.
No. No, you see, his mama was runner-up to Miss Universe.
I don't care.
Daddy was Yannick Noah, crazy French tennis player.
I don't care. It won't be him.
Joakim Noah he gonna do a Jay Williams, except he ain't gonna be on a motorcycle, but he gonna do something crazy. Write it down.
All right.
Mark your calendar.
I'm gonna write it down right
He'll
here.
be the first one to get in trouble. UPTV Channel 6 tell it like it is.
Now, you were talking about the draft. Now, we forgot about my man at the number 6 spot.
Who was that?
The Chinese guy.
Lu.
Is Y-I.
And,
So I'm from Kentucky.
and that's Yai.
Yeah.
But they said, but you know what they call him? E. Yee and E, I heard that all night. He don't want to go to Milwaukee. His people said if he got drafted to Milwaukee, he may not show up in the United States. He was at the draft. What are they talking about? They killed me when you
Maybe
said
that wasn't him.
Oh, so there's another 7 foot.
Oh yeah, they grow
Asian
over
guy
there. They
that-
grow over like trees. They
Well,
got trees.
you
over
got a
there.
billion people.
They got Yao Ming trees.
Your odds of having a few guys like that, you know, depending on what province you go in, pretty good. But he said he doesn't want to go to Milwaukee. Man, when they sent him that contract, his name won't be Yee, it'll be Yow. Wow, look at that. He's going.
Yeah, he'd be there.
Yeah. Now, moving away from the NBA draft into some NBA news, Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant.
They treating him like a redhead stepchild.
Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant.
Hey, look at there. Kevin Garnett.
See, I rub my head
And it happened.
and it happens. You know, I don't have to yell. I just rub my head and the image comes up on the screen. We make the trade already? I'm getting sick of hearing about Kevin Garnett going. First, he was going to the Lakers. No, wait a minute. Let's rewind that. Boom. I want to be traded. I want to be traded because last week he was Kobe Bryant.
First it was Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Parkland.
Boston.
Then Parkland.
Now it's Golden State in the picture now.
Right, but traded him already. Kevin Garnett been in the league, what, 12
That's
years?
disrespectful.
That is. I said it last week. He done earned the right to go to a contender. 12 years with one team. You can't get it done with him. You might as well rebuild. Let the man go.
Kevin McHale won't do it.
That's ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous.
He's old. You know Kevin McHale, old school.
Yeah. Well, you know, he tried to trade him to Boston, and Garnett told, I'm not going to Boston.
What's the deal? Don't want to play at Boston?
Would you play Boston?
Yeah, Boston's a winning town. They got the Red Sox, won a World Series, and lately you got the New England Patriots.
Yeah. And then you got the Boston Celtics.
Hey, the Boston Garden.
They got 7 high
That's the
school.
Fleet Center now.
Right, they got 7 high school players. Doc Rivers could start on that team, and he the coach.
Maybe he need to be a player coach.
Yeah. What they need to do is just blow some things up. So, now I'm saying the Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett should not be traded there. If Kevin McHale had any respect for Kevin Garnett's career,
Where would you like to see him at, Joe? Where, if you was David Stern and you had a choice to send players, where would you send them to?
the New York Knicks. If you're going to send him to the East, send him to a media market like New York and allow him to shine.
Oh, he will shine.
You know, he's
If
been
he
in
don't
Minnesota.
shine, and if you don't shine, New York Post will tear him apart.
Exactly. But Kevin Garnett, his work ethic, his ability to go out and give you 24 and 12 consistently for 12 years, you got to let him continue to do that, but do it on a bigger stage. If he's going to be in a market on a team that's either rebuilding or lose, at least let him do it where he can start making a few dollars and you know, make some more commercials and do some advertising and market himself. He's earned that right.
That's
man.
true.
So that's the reason why he should go to New York. That's my 2 cents. I just told it like it is. Kevin Garnett, UPTV Channel 6, and you know what?
If it was me, I'd send him to the New Orleans Hornets.
You sent him to the Hornets? Why you send him down there?
With Chris Paul,
Yeah.
woo!
But who else does New Orleans have down there that
Some
could?
person I can think of.
Right. Well.
I mean, they come this close to making the playoffs. This close.
Yeah, but that's this close, meaning that far.
Yeah.
They didn't make it.
Portland, look what happened to Portland. They come this close.
But then look who they got now. Ooh.
yeah, that was luck of the draw.
Yeah, that's a scary team.
That was like putting on some English leather. Going to school.
And everybody going, Hey, what you put half the bottle on? What's the problem? You smell like old English pleather. But yeah, Kevin Garnett, I hope for his sake and the respect of the league that he gets to go to a team. You know, Phoenix talked about getting him. But why would Phoenix trade Amari Stoudemire, a younger player?
His knee's bad.
Kevin Garnett,
His
he
knees
ain't, like no
ain't bad.
spring, he ain't like no spring chicken, though.
But he's still fresh.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't make that trade if I'm Phoenix.
That's why you sitting here, not in Phoenix. Steve Kerr sitting in Phoenix.
Oh, you agreeing?
Oh, look at here.
Hey, y'all. We sent out APB and a few milk cartons later, and look who arrived on the set. The one, the only, Stat Girl.
See it, one clap.
Stat Girl, I want to tell you something. We had a caller call in at the beginning of the show,
This is funny.
and Coach, first of all, the caller didn't want to talk to us. He had 2 questions for us and wanted to leave it with her. She forgot the question. She's the executive producer, and she don't even have a pen.
She's like, the first question I can't remember,
I can't-
but the second question it was this.
He said something about Joakim Noah and what he. So I want to formally apologize on local TV, because I ain't gonna say national TV, because you probably see it in Philo or somewhere, but your skills are impeccable.
Oh, now they are.
Yeah, it's the last show.
This one got fired last week.
You was fired 3 weeks ago. Don't say last week. You've been fired, and then you come in here with. I won't even. Let's move forward. Let's just move on forward. Baseball.
Got her up.
Major League Baseball. And for those of y'all sitting out there checking us out real quick, just to let you know, as a reminder, it's the season finale, and we're gonna go a little longer than an hour. So, you know, if you call somebody and say, "Oh, tell it like it is, all girl," but they only got 15 minutes. No, we got a few more minutes. We might be here 2 hours. We're on. Can you talk that long?
I tried to. We'll come up with something.
Because, you know, I'm tired of running my mouth right now.
We'll talk about the 76 Baltimore Bullets.
If we had to, what's on sale in his forward fro. You used to comb yours like that too, didn't you?
No.
Tell the truth.
No.
Oh, yeah, though, Keith Sweat,
No.
Bobby Brown.
No.
I can see the hairline from here. You had something.
No.
It's like looking, you know, when you're looking
I
at.
picked it out. It wasn't it wasn't nothing forward.
You got an imprint. It's like looking at dinosaur bones. You know.
Okay.
Let me sweeping fossils
Baseball.
off.
Hey, Cubs won today.
Cubs won today.
Hey, 7 in a row.
7.
Break them up. Trade them.
If Dusty Baker was manager, they would. But like Bun said, Cubs have won 7 in a row. Team leading the National League Central is in Chicago for a 3-game set, and they was up today on the Cubs until
The bottom of the ninth.
and Aram Ramirez, the man playing on 1.5 legs, because that knee ain't gonna get good.
Nope.
3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth, walk-off homer. Cubs won 6-5. The Cubs are now 500. 39-39.
500.
Finally. Took them to June 29th, 28th. What
Hey,
time?
usually, most Cardinal fans say the Cubs are the June swoon.
Right.
July is right around the corner. Ain't no swoon.
Ain't no swooning. Ain't no crooning. The Cubs
here.
they're here.
They're here to stay.
They're here to stay. And I tell you why they're here to stay. Think back
Tell
to
us why.
I'm gonna tell you why.
We got plenty of time.
Okay, hold on a second.
Get comfortable.
Think back to April.
Let's go back. When it was cold,
When it was cold and the pitching staff
was terrible.
horrible. But it was cold. The second thing, Alfonso Soriano, he couldn't hit cold biscuits with a hot pan in April.
No.
And you know why? It was cold.
He's in them biscuits now.
Boy, he's on fire.
As they coming across the plate, he's slicing them and putting the bacon, egg, and cheese on there and eating it as he's hitting.
And serving them up. Bow! He's hot. D. Lee still ain't served a suspension yet. And you know what? That was a calculated move because guess what? After this series, guess who the Cubs play the final 7-foot All-Star break?
Who?
The Pirates and the Nationals.
That could win.
I bet you he serves a suspension during that time period. But back to the reason why they're winning now, as I said, it was cold. Soriano, new location, the pitching staff, and as we talked about, Zambrano was going through the contract negotiation. He was just coming out of spring training. I ain't gonna say he right. He ain't never right. He all right. But he really wasn't right at the beginning of the season.
No. Then they got this guy, what are they, like Sergeant Rock said, you know, this kid they brought up, worked or whatever his name is, he's hitting 400.
Fontenot is hot. He's batting about 348. DeRosa has come in and fielding admirably. And the other thing that they're getting some timely bullpen pitching.
Yeah, they are.
Remember I kept talking about what was the downfall in May.
Middle relief.
Marmol has come up. Remember Marmol, they tried to use him as a starter last year. Didn't work. Now they talking about him just like guys, what's your guy that played for the Yankees? Help me out. What's the name?
Who, the pitcher?
Yeah, the pitcher. The pitcher, man, the pitcher. The dude, the closer for the Riviera.
Yeah.
Rivera.
Hey, he's getting a new life. His arm feeling better now.
Yeah. But that's why the Cubs, like I said, they're hot. They've won 8 out of their last 10. They're only, 5.5 out of first right now behind the Brewers. I don't think the Brewers have enough starting pitching to sustain their lead for the entire season.
I don't know. We said it about the Detroit Tigers, and
they were in the World Series.
They backed in the playoffs.
Right, and backed all the way into the World Series.
You're right.
With that starting pitching, and you're right. Last year,
guys, you never heard of them.
Yeah, and so because of that, like I said, the Cubs 6, Brewers 5. This weekend, 2 more games with the Brewers. The other thing that's happening for the Cubs in terms of their record, if they win tomorrow, they'll be 500 at home.
Wow, that's pretty good. I was flipping through the channels the other day and had the Cubs on. They had a lady that was 104 years old, and she was attending the Cubs game. She was sitting there in a wheelchair. I bet she didn't know where she was.
I bet she did, because she's been watching them lose for 100 years.
I tell you what, I'm going to tell it like it is here first. The year the Cubs win the World Series, you're going to see a whole lot of old people just die. Say, Lord, you can take me away
Take me now. Take me now.
Because the Cubs have won.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Take me now. Take me now. I think you're right. There's a lot of folks hanging on.
Oh, they holding on.
They get a little oxygen. Oh,
this might be the year.
It might be. A lot of people are still on life support from 2003. They were right there. But the Cubs, as we said, they're hot.
Where's STL at?
St. Louis. St. Louis is 10 back. Cardinals are 10 back, 34-41. They play tonight. The Cardinals are 5-5 in their last 10, and they last night. I don't know if the Cardinals, they just hanging around.
Yeah, it's like a gnat at a church picnic.
Well, somebody get these dang Cardinals. Lord Jesus.
After All-Star break, I think they're going to bring in the yard guard and shut them on out.
Shut them on down, get the Cardinals out of there. Yeah, right now in the National League, your team, the Mets.
They struggling too.
Yeah, you think about it, they went on that 10-game losing streak.
Yeah.
But even with that,
they're still in first place.
They're still in first place. And they're 4 games ahead of the Braves. So that tells you how strong the Mets are going right now. The Phillies have got back on track.
Yeah, they have.
Started off slow.
They got beat today.
But what was the problem in Philadelphia at the beginning of the season?
Hitting.
Why?
Because Ron Howard was hurting.
He was hurting, and it was cold.
Yep.
I keep saying it. It's cold, man. Them dudes is human. They just like us. You don't want to do too much work outside when it's cold.
You go outside and you look, man, you be like, man, it's 72 in the house and it's 45 outside. What they must stay in the
I'm gonna stay in the crib, you know. I'm gonna go out here and do a little bit. But
when first time I get cold, my nose start running, I'm coming in the house.
go in. Boy, you just went outside.
I know it's cold.
And that's what happened with the Phillies and the Cubs and most of those teams that are playing in the East. The weather wasn't conducive for baseball early in the season, and those teams in the East really wasn't playing good ball, except for the Mets. Mets somehow jumped out to a early season lead, and I think the Mets' goal right now is to play 500 baseball the rest of the season.
Pedro will be back after All-Star.
Yeah, see? Get a piece in your bullpen or your pitching staff.
We struggling in the bullpen.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's too many good closers left out there. Now, St. Louis is hanging around. The Cubs are hot. Now, the Sox just closed out a 4-game series with Tampa Bay where they swept. But the Sox are,
Chumps.
man, I thought Ozzie Guillen I thought he was done last week.
He's reaching.
Reaching. The whole team is reaching.
I guess the series last weekend against the Cubs, they wanted a, runner interference?
Oh, the triple play?
Yeah.
Run interference, and they want a double play off of that. Yeah, they're reaching. Then he gets thrown out the game. But the Sox right now, they got a losing record of 15-21 at home. They next to last place in the American League Central, 2 years removed from the World Series.
So putting it on the board ain't the popular word in Chicago right now on the south side, is it?
Nope. Hawk done turned into a bat. He going blind up there with DJ. He's not enjoying this season at all. But you got to think about it. Especially baseball is the hardest sport to maintain that level of excellence.
Yep.
And sustain it. The Sox had a couple good years, finished second and third, rolling up to that 2005 season. They got hot. They rolled it all the way through, World Series title. Last year, they still played good baseball.
Yep.
Detroit started off hotter. They were hot.
Oh, yeah.
But Detroit
Detroit was one of those teams like, okay, all right. Okay, they 12 games up. By All-Star break, it'll come back down to earth. And after All-Star break,
they was like a hot air balloon.
Kept going and going.
Like, man, they're the Garcia's Pizza.
But then toward the end of the year, that balloon.
Sir, what's that?
They was in a race, a rat race.
And next thing you know, done.
Yep.
They're done. Well, All-Star game will be.
But before you get into that, we had 2 records this week.
I apologize. Go ahead, Bun.
We had Frank Thomas hit his 500th home run.
And they got thrown out the game.
Yeah, for Oregon balls and strikes. Then we had Craig Biggio get his 3,000 hit. The 27th man ever to get 3,000 hits.
Only 27 guys in all of Major League Baseball have hit for 3,000?
He joined that club. That's a whole lot of men that played baseball.
Now, when you start hitting those milestones, the question comes up. Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Biggio?
Because, as my reporter reported to me today, Craig Biggio in 1997 never hit into a double play the whole year.
Wow. That sounds like when I was 10, when I never cleaned my room for the whole year. That's a record that'll never be broken. But go ahead.
Then, he's the only player in Major League history to play a full season at catcher, which he come up as,
right,
second base, and outfield.
Wow. That's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. And he's been hit the most times, too.
Is that why his helmet's so messed up?
I can't stand it. I hate guys. You're a professional.
Right.
You got all this gunk on your helmet.
And then he come up there and hit. It's like that. He done wore that helmet 3,000 times. Yeah, if anybody ever seen Craig Biggio.
They had an article on ESPN. They talking about he leans in the pitches.
Hey,
take
one for the team.
You're right.
I'd take one for the team.
I bet you would.
Let me lean in on that one.
You would lean them but one time.
And then get smoked by that 95-mile fastball. And I ain't
up and in.
I'm not charging them out. I'll tell you that now. There won't be no bench clear brawl. I'm on the ground kicking and crying like a little girl.
You ain't gonna go to first base?
Man, I'm not. I'm going to the first base Presbyterian Mount Memorial Hospital I'll be in there for 3 to 5 days for observation. Leaning in no fastball. But that's why I'm sitting here.
But Big Frank, yeah, I mean, everybody, you know, then Big Frank made a statement.
Okay, let me hear.
He said, I did it without that stuff. I mean, okay.
Who care?
You're right. You man,
You hit your 500. You know, show a little humility. Yeah, you know. I'm
Even Alabama. I mean, come on now.
right. He had some stuff, some good old molasses.
He played tight end
Yeah.
for the Auburn Tigers with Bo Jackson.
And Bo went on to Bo knows, and Frank went on to Frank
knows.
Right, and Frank knows he's a bitter ball player, man. He always crying that he don't get his just due.
Yeah, I mean, he's been crying since he was in Chicago.
Well, all right, now, what Frank's crying about is, you think about it, for 7 consecutive years, he batted 300, 100 RBIs, multiple home runs. So he's been a model of consistency, especially when he was with the White Sox.
He don't play the field. He go in there and bat and come in the down, eat him a couple hot dogs.
Man, y'all got to go out to the field.
Man, it's hot out there.
Man,
I'm going to the clubhouse and
Watch
cool
TV.
Off. Yeah, cool off for a minute.
He got a recliner.
Yeah.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
If he come to the National League, he'd been like Mo Vaughn.
His
Done.
numbers would be a little lower, a little bit lower. So yeah, that's 2 interesting players. BGO 3,000, Frank 500. But I agree.
And another record that happened the same day. That's the first time in Major League history
That
happened.
500 and 3,000. Wow, we got to break a record. What kind of record do you think we can break? I bet y'all could break like an old album or something. You know, snap it in half.
Break a CD.
You break CDs. Oh, you too. I'm old school. See, you CDs. You know,
Stagger, what can you break?
You good at that, especially when you
You said a nail.
when she texting. But you know what? Since she came in and sat down, the phone line said, "Prr."
Right.
We paid the bill, 384-2452. We have finished the first hour of the season finale of Tell It Like It Is. UPTV Channel 6. We're going to go a little longer tonight. So if you're just coming in and you cut the TV on and you say, oh, man, they on, man. I thought 9
still
o'clock.
on.
We still on, right. Like a telethon.
Right.
Please give. Be generous.
What's our rolling tote today?
$3.
Oh!
But there's still 1 hour left to Tell It Like It Is. We can raise more money. Phone lines are open. Please call.
Yep.
Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron Watch,
He's getting close.
749. He's only 6 away from tying, 7 away from breaking the record.
I think he's doing Chicago. Don't he come to Chicago next month?
I think so. You think he's gonna do it in Chicago?
Yeah. They'll pitch to him.
The Cubs will pitch to him. And Lou, you know how crazy Lou Pinella is, he'll pitch to him too.
You're right.
You know.
Oh, forget him.
Right. We just, hey, we're here to play baseball. We don't worry about his record. He break the record, break the record. Right.
You're right.
Lou might run there, kick dirt on Barry Bonds too. 756. Oh, yeah. Lupa,
Yeah, he touched it. Not by Angel either.
Now we talked about Cubs, Cardinals, Sox, Bonds. We're going into the month of July. The Major League All-Star Game.
At AT&T Park.
The Major League All-Star Game. The Major League All-Star.
There it is.
Wow.
See what happened?
Now
When you
put-
blink your eyes like Bewitched? That's our dream of Genie.
I got my shoulders mixed up. Bewitched was the nose. I can't wiggle my nose like that, so maybe that's why I didn't come up. Major League All-Star Game. They do the home run derby and the celebrity softball game and
I like playing that.
the, what? Celebrity softball game?
Yeah.
Are you a celebrity?
In my own state of mind.
You live in altered state.
But we have home.
Oh, okay. So you got a beaver Abraham Lincoln and
No,
a
we
goat
have
playing?
home. It'd be Quad versus Expos.
An old celebrity softball game?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to set
You
that
know,
up.
Jimmy Pettigrew on the mound, that little pitching duel, him and Big Mark.
Yeah, we might have to do that because the reason why I bring up the All-Star game, does anybody care about the Major League All-Star game anymore?
Who's the leading vote getter?
I have. Probably Alex Rodriguez. Probably,
Your own.
who's the leading vote getter?
Ken Griffey Jr.
What?
I got you, didn't I?
He been on the internet, huh? Ken Griffey been downloading some ballots and voting for himself. How is he the leading vote getter?
He is.
Now, remember back when we was coming up, how exciting the All-Star game was? Because it was a chance to see all your favorite stars playing together on one team. You got it.
They played for real.
Right, they played real baseball.
Pete Rose did not accidentally run over the catcher on, he meant to do that.
He took out Dave Fossey, and Fossey's career ended right there.
You're right.
Separated the man's shoulder, and he was never the same after that.
No.
But here it is, 2007. You know, you got, like I
I
said,
might play, I might not play.
And then if they do play, they play what? An inning, and then ask the manager to take them out. When back in the day, the guys wanted to play, and they wanted to win the game. They tried to institute this, the team that wins gets home field advantage for the World Series, which to me is ridiculous.
You're right.
The World Series should not be hinged upon the All-Star game.
Nope.
You know, but that's your commissioner, Bud Selig. You know.
Yours too.
No, he ain't my commissioner.
Well, he the one who had the tie a couple years ago too.
Yeah. But you know, when
Let's
you
call the game. You out of players. Okay.
how you run out of players? It's the All-Star game. It's like
Or manager.
40 guys on each side. But that's because it goes back to what I said. I want to play one inning and then come out of the game, and then you turn around and insert a guy back in.
Maybe they need to, like Little League, you can come back later on.
Yeah, but who gonna get the juice boxes?
Stat girl.
Stat girl get the juice boxes?
Yep.
Well, y'all give us a call if you think the All-Star game is defunct, or if you enjoy watching it. 384-2452. Stat girl came in late. We had sent out an APB, and we checked. She was on the milk carton.
Should have dragged that out for her.
Exactly.
Joe Friday found her.
Well, you know what it was? Was you held up over there in the old Residence Inn with them two suspects? Yeah, there's just a lot of crime going on around here. It seemed like, how something happened and then somebody ain't around when the crime happened. They always, and then they show up later.
You know, like Clark Kent or something like that?
Stat girl and, I'm asking questions. That's all. Just asking questions, Stat girl. But you give Stat girl a call, 384-2452. Tell it like it is, UPTV Channel 6. Now, second half of the show. Me and Bun been talking about this issue for a while. And we really want y'all to call and participate in this. But reading an article the other day about AAU basketball.
Wow.
8-year-old competitive basketball.
8-year-olds?
8-year-olds. We're talking about second graders. And when I say competitive basketball, I mean 8-year-old kids, fully dressed uniform, warm-up suits, tennis shoes, the whole nine, flying around the country playing in different tournaments with teams from different states and different metropolitan areas. AAU basketball, has it ruined youth sports?
Yes, it has, to me. Because, the summer, when you're a kid, when you're out of school, you want to go swimming, hang out, sleep in. But AAU, you don't do that. You have AAU basketball, you have traveling team baseball. You playing all summer. Every weekend, you are somewhere. And to me, it's ruined American sports because it's not about the kids anymore. It's about coaches coming up. Oh, I get to wear the Nike sweatsuits, and I get all the juices from Nike or Adidas or Reebok, and it's all about profiling the player. You're not out there for team achievement. You're out there for individual achievement.
Yeah. Now, you're out there for team achievement, but I guess here's my other follow-up question, because I agree with you. I thought sports is about learning life lessons.
Oh, no, it's not that.
Overcoming failure, accomplishment, competition, character building, all of those things.
You have AAU teams, players have to pay from anywhere from $200 to $500 per player to play on this team.
Who's got, for an 8-year-old, that kind of money to play basketball?
You know what that come from, Joe? That's from coming from your kid is not good enough to make this team, so you're going to start your own team, and you're going to give it to other parents, and y'all going to start a fundraiser, and you have, next thing you know, you got your own team.
And that's my point about sports. Sports is about life lessons. If a kid tries out for a team and he doesn't make it,
try harder.
You got right. It's character building. When you fail at something, you go out and you try to get a particular job and you interview and you do everything well, and they say, well, Mr. Green, we don't need you here. Family's not going to come along and build a new corporation, a new company, just so you can get a job.
You're right.
So
exactly right.
You've got to learn that life is full of failures. And people are not recognizing that this is, I think, really what's destroying youth sports and the character building for all our kids. And this crosses economic boundaries and racial boundaries, gender, you name it.
Here's my question. Why don't they have AAU football teams?
It may be coming. You've got a lot of competitive football. I think one thing for football is, basketball, you get some uniforms, tennis shoes, and a ball, and you're ready to go. But football, as you well know, being a football coach, pretty expensive to gear up some young kids like that.
Under Armour everywhere now.
Yeah. And I don't, and on that level with football, speaking on that particular sport, I don't have a problem with kids playing competitive football because the time commitment is not the same as basketball or baseball. You got kids now basically being told that they got to select a sport at 8 or 9 years old and then specialize in it.
You shouldn't. You should enjoy life as a kid.
Enjoy life, enjoy sports. I think, number one, what happens in terms of your physical development? Somebody tells you, oh, you're a great basketball player. You keep playing basketball. And, you never know. You might go to a Division I school and go to the NBA one day.
That's true.
And that kid, senior in high school, he's 5'10". He
had an opportunity to be a star running back, but he chose basketball.
He chose basketball, and not only did he choose basketball, at that age, you're not making the choice. You got adults making the choice.
Yeah.
You're not having an opportunity to blossom and flourish and grow as a human being. So, I don't know, man. I got some serious issues with what's going on right now with not just AAU.
It burns our kids. If you sit around summertime, when I was coming up, summertime, it was rest time. You won't hang out. There wasn't no station or wasn't no central air. You had window air conditioning, you had fans, and you had bicycles.
And you had somebody say, quit running out that screen door.
You're right.
Letting that good air out of here.
You're right. You're exactly right.
You don't have that now because everybody on the road going to multiple basketball games.
Burning up gas. Gas $3 a gallon.
Right.
And you going from here to Chicago a couple times a week.
And not just Chicago. I'm talking about these AAU teams are getting on airplanes.
Yes.
I'm not talking about driving to the next town.
They're going places.
We talking about, there was a tournament, where was that? Down in Memphis, Tennessee. You got teams there from Virginia and Indiana, New York, Louisiana.
This is what gets me.
8-year-old.
Then they go in grade. This is the best 8th grader in the country. But who's determining this? I want to know. I want to sit down and talk to this guy.
Right.
Have you seen all the 8th graders in the world?
No. I've seen 3.
So you determine by you writing an article that makes Joe Stovall the best 8th grader.
I'm an expert on basketball, and I saw a kid, and he looked pretty good, so he's the number 1.
That's how it works.
Then you got college coaches. Tim Floyd, verbal commitment from a 14-year-old.
Tim Floyd, USC coach.
Come on, man.
Got a verbal commitment from a kid out of Aurora, Illinois. He's 5'10". He's 185 pounds. The kid is committed to the USC Trojans basketball program for 2011.
Bruce Weber has one too. He's a freshman.
Well, he was a freshman. Yeah, he just finished his freshman year. My question is, okay, let's start with the kid that Tim Floyd got the commitment from. He's 5'10", he's 185 pounds, and he's in the 8th grade. What happens in 4 years when he's 5'10", 185 pounds, he's a senior in high school?
With 2 kids.
Does he get the scholarship?
No. Sir, can I?
Who?
I don't know
I
you.
don't know it, man.
Show me a piece of paper.
Well, I had said, remember back in 2007, I
don't care what. Bye.
click.
You're right.
No happening. And the other thing, by this kid, how do you make a commitment like that, which to me is one of the biggest decisions a young man or young woman makes, is what college they're gonna go to. At the age of 13, 14, you make that decision of, I'm going to USC.
Is USC a bust?
There you go. I don't understand that
He's
at all.
coming up, he said, oh man, I want to go here. If you didn't go there, oh well.
You just didn't go.
You just didn't go.
Right. I mean, now it's not even about dreams anymore. Kids can't even dream anymore. People are pre-scripting their lives with these sports activities as opposed to allowing them to play. But that's my opinion. That's Bun's opinion. You give us a call, 384-2452. Stat Girl sitting over there. She done broke 3 nails because she's doing nothing. Nothing.
You're right.
Tell like it is, UPTV Channel 6. But I agree, man. I'm really concerned about the direction of youth sports in this country when we're putting that much emphasis to where you got 8-year-old kids going playing competitive basketball at the age of 8?
8 years old.
First of all, how competitive can it be?
Because I mean, I done refereed some second graders, and you'd be like, oh man.
That's
like punishment.
Right. Them kids pick up and run with the ball, even dribble on. That's T-ball age. And now you got them playing competitive basketball at 8 years old? I totally disagree with it. Well, y'all sit out there and ponder on that, whether you're going to call us and give us your opinion. We're going to go to the NFL, little off the field news real quick. The Chicago Bears released Terry Tank Johnson.
Why?
Because Terry was out last week at 3:30 in the morning, got pulled over. They said he was apparently impaired.
Okay.
Now, I know most people have heard the story. Tank Johnson did 60 days in the pokey up in Cook County because he had a little issue. He liked guns.
He did more than Paris Hilton.
We got a little thing about Paris Hilton later on in the show, too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to bring that up. Because, I like to weave things into the world of sports. But Tank Johnson, I have to, first of all...
He was happy to leave. I mean, he wasn't mad.
He couldn't do it. Mad? Who you going to be mad at? Man.
The guy at the bar that served him them drinks.
He should be mad at his boy who let him get... Oh, you straight, man?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah, man, I got this.
Man, you don't want me to drive for you?
I got this.
Hey, tell you what. Hit me on my cell when you get home.
All right.
Okay.
Can you come get me out of jail?
You what?
Man, they got me.
They
said I've been drinking.
Man, you was drinking.
They said.
I was drinking with you.
Man, they said.
And they said it right. And now he's gone. But I got to applaud the Chicago Bears because they cut him loose. They didn't wait for no toxicology report to see was he .08 or .13 or whatever. He came out of jail and met with the commissioner. The commissioner gave him an 8-game suspension, which would be reduced by 2 games if he stayed out of trouble. He gave his 10-point plan on how he was changing his life. Shaved his head, got rid of the dreads, did everything else. The Bears gave him some support. And in the first weekend, he was not in Chicago and could go on his own. 3:30 in the morning.
He should have been home asleep, slobbing on a pillow.
That's it. Now,
that's 5:30 to me and you.
Yeah. Because 3:30 in Phoenix, 2 hours behind. So Tank should have been in the same position we in.
But the thing about it, Joe, You know who's gonna pick him up now?
Who gonna pick him up?
The Oakland Raiders.
Here, here. Here, here.
They love them.
Criminals. They love him. Al Davis, what, about 97 years old?
Hey, Oakland Raiders is the rest home for the NFL.
That's right.
If you ever need a job and you're on your last leg,
Call Al Davis.
can I get a tryout? Yeah,
Sure. Come on
Commitment
in.
to excellence.
Commitment to the junkyard. Because he'll take anything.
You're right. Come on in.
Al Davis, they need to sell a team to Fred G. Sanford.
You're right.
Because they got Sanford and Son junk in Oakland. And that's we're going to watch for that. Because, training camp is going to start in about 3-4 weeks.
Now he's eligible.
Yeah. Oh.
He is eligible until regular season. Mm-hmm. He can play every preseason game. If I'd pick him up, I'll work him like a Hebrew mule.
And get him out there.
You're going to play every down.
Have him play every position.
Let me know how you try. Tight end. You running the sideline whip around real quick. Huh? You better catch it.
And if I don't, we're going to have everybody on the team give your mouth shot. They're going to duct take him to the goal post.
Oh. And stick a dirty sock in his mouth.
Shut it up. But Tank Johnson, he's gone. Not with the Bears no more. I am not a Bears fan, and I applaud the Bears. You don't know how difficult this is right now for me to say these words. Bears, you did a good thing. Man, almost
It hurts you.
Whew. My throat.
Hey, the Bears will be all right.
They're good
You know,
move.
they are one of the top 2 teams predicted to go back to the Super Bowl.
Ain't gonna happen.
Don't say that.
It's not gonna happen. I know a lot of people say I'm a Bear hater. I am. I'm a Bear. I'll sit. Tell it like it is.
It's either the Bears or the Saints as predicted to go back for the NFC, to represent the NFC.
And I'm gonna go
And
with
Phoenix.
I'm gonna have to agree with the people who are picking the Saints. And I'll tell you why. The offseason turmoil the Bears have gone through since the end of the Super Bowl. Started with the trade of Thomas Jones. Now you've handed the keys to the Cadillac to Cedric, I think my leg hurt, Benson.
Yes.
His backup is Adrian Peterson, not the one from Oklahoma.
The other Adrian.
Right, Adriana Peterson. You still got Rex Grossman quarterbacking. Defensive side of the ball, Lance Briggs, he doesn't want to come back. And July 15th, as I said a couple weeks ago, is the drop dead date. If they don't sign him to the 1-year franchise tag, you say goodbye to Lance Briggs. Ian Scott's gone. Alfonso Boone is gone, and now Tank Johnson's gone. Of the 4 defensive tackles they had last year,
Don't forget, Alex Brown don't want to come back either.
Gonna get to him, but I was talking about just the D tackles. Out of the 4 D tackles, 3 of them are now gone. And the 4th one is a surgically repaired Tommy Harris. Defensive ends, Alex Brown wants to get out of there now. 4-year starter, defensive end out of Florida. Mark Anderson came in from Alabama, had a great season, 12 sacks. Bears think Alex Brown is expendable? I don't think so. You can never have enough good defensive linemen
That's
in
true.
the NFL.
That is so true.
Quarterback pressure makes your cornerbacks look even better. And if the quarterbacks can sit back there all day,
You can complete passes in the NFL.
man, I'll be back there look like old Lou Groza. Wow.
Sling arm Johnny Stovall.
And the final thing, let me loosen it up here. Pop gun. Oh, pop gun Stovall. I can get you on a 5-yard out. That's about it.
Let me go downfield.
Nah, but we ain't going downfield. We run the West Coast off. If I'm quarterbacking,
It's West Coast.
it's
on?
true West Coast. I'm dinking and dunking you all the way down the field. You
Wow.
walk your safeties up on me. You put 11 in the box.
You ain't going downfield?
I can't.
Try.
The only thing I'm going downfield in is a golf cart after the game.
All righty.
But final thing with the Bears, Brian Urlacher is going to have to do a lot more work
I think he's going to be in trouble. We're going to find if Urlacher's for real.
because those D tackles are key to allowing him to run free like Ray Lewis. And when Urlacher had the defensive tackle play that he had last year, is a monster.
You're right.
But when he got to shed a block,
When he scraped, and he got scraped, here comes his offensive tackle and his guard.
and both of them looking at him talking about pancake.
They got to break loose.
Different story. Definitely different story. Switching gears real quick. UPTV Channel 6, 384-2452. Stat Girl, what did you unplug the phone?
Pick it up, see if you get a dial tone.
Yeah, check. You know how when you're
You sure?
Are you sure? You know how back in the day you used to have to push it?
The button get stuck.
Right.
Modern phone.
You don't remember You don't remember rotary dial?
No, that's before my time.
You don't remember you called somebody and it was on the phone for hours at a time?
And then remember when call waiting first came in, and you hear the click all the way through the house.
Who is this?
Somebody calling for me. I'm still on the phone.
You don't remember that, do you?
Are we dating ourselves here?
Because I remember when the phone company issued the phones.
Right.
It wasn't no you go out to Walmart
Right.
and pick and choose.
You got the phone from the phone company.
You're right. Red, black, or white.
White. What do you? And then when you got the wall mounted one you can put in the kitchen.
It was almond.
Right. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, because you had the trim, then you had the little thing on the inside.
Right.
It wasn't no wireless. It wasn't no cordless phone.
Ain't no iPhone. We old school and tell it like it is. We tell it like it is, and we go way back.
You're right.
Like rocking chairs. That's how far we go back. You stop laughing at us old people.
And
All
it
right?
wasn't no phone plug-in. It was already, it was some wires. If you pull that loose, you was in trouble in the
Right.
house.
Right. That was your phone line. And the phone repairman had to come out and fix that.
And you was in trouble.
Yeah, because they tell you it'd be about 2-3 days before they get out to see you. Wasn't no fast customer service. But with that being said, moving forward, D Brown was in town this week.
Hey, Daniel D.
D Brown, Daniel D was here. He had the one-man fast break basketball camp along with Urbana High School coach Terrence Gray over there and Amy Smith from the girls varsity. They had the camp and D was in town.
Did you attend it?
The kids did.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I couldn't make it, but that shoulder, I keep telling you, man, I can't. If it wasn't for this,
How was the camp? It's good.
camp was excellent.
Good.
And the reason why I bring it up real quick is because, sometimes you'll have a celebrity put on an event and the celebrity never show. It'd be like the Sean Green Memorial Golf, or the Celebrity Golf Tournament, and you don't even come to the tournament.
You got Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley and Fuzzy Zeller.
There you go. And Pro-Am, all them guys.
Oh, yeah.
But you ain't there for your own tournament. But he was here for his basketball camp all 4 days, participated with the kids, nothing but great reports about that. So I just wanted to bring that up because, a lot of people talk about the stories that we tell about all the negative news. Here's some real positive news on an athlete doing positive stuff. And speaking of positive, we got a call.
Positive phone call.
Caller, tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from, tell it like it is.
This is Jason from Sydney.
What's going on, Jason?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I hate to interrupt the reminiscing time there. I think you guys need to do some talking about them Chicago Cubs.
Hey, Jason, you're about an hour and a half late.
We talked. Jason, we talked about the Cubs are hot.
They're on fire.
7 in a row. Did you see it today? 6-5.
Oh, yeah.
A-Ram walk-off 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth.
Yes, sir.
The piece of the puzzle, we talked about it earlier. The Cubs, 2 things. Number 1, the weather. Soriano did not like that cold weather in April and early May. And number 2, we got some middle relief pitching.
Finally.
We got some middle relief pitching.
It's about time.
It is about time. Now, hopefully, Dempster won't be gone too long. But if he is, we might be able to get by without having him around for a
They
minute.
can just turn old Carl Marmol, turn him into the new stick guy.
Well, they've been talking about him just like Mariano Rivera from the Yankees. He started last year but Marmol looks good coming out the bullpen now.
Yes, he does.
Jason, you a Bulls fan?
No,
He a Lakers fan.
He's a Lakers
Laker
fan?
fan.
He's a Kobe Bryant lover.
Well, Jason, right now, you lost that loving feeling, haven't you?
Oh yeah, they messed up a long time ago when they got rid of the big man. They should have got rid of Kobe then.
And he's also a Cowboy fan. I know this guy.
Oh, man.
He's T.O. He's T.O. He hated T.O. at first, but now he loves
now
T.O.
he got his poster on
Oh,
the
yeah.
wall.
Hipper.
Only you gonna go out and get you a cowboy hat this year, ain't you?
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
The only thing you need a cowboy hat for is to stomp on after they lose.
Oh now.
Anything else you want to add, Jason?
No, you fellas have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Take care.
And speaking of camps, I attended a camp this week too with a celebrity. I
Did
went
you?
to Central Youth Football Camp.
Okay.
They had it for 1st through 4th graders in the morning. Mm-hmm. I didn't participate in that. Then had 5th through 8th graders.
All right.
And Coach McMahon from the New Orleans Saints was a guest speaker, and he was there all week helping kids out.
Get out.
Yes, he was. I mean, he's on the spot.
So
he had his hat turned around backwards. You ain't doing it right. Get in there. Come here. Let me show you how it's done.
I can't do it, Coach. I can't.
Oh,
He all in the
Coach
grill.
Jacobs, y'all did a good job for the camp, and you know we had a whole lot of participants out, and it had you know some Milana out every day talking to the kids.
I saw Jay Lehman the other day on TV talking about he was out there, former Central alum.
Yes,
You know.
he was going pro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey, well, you know.
he's a big boy.
Well, you know, Champaign Central, we do it right.
Y'all do it right.
We do it right. First school in the history of the United States, 1,000 basketball wins, or 500.
Central Moron.
500. I don't know what the record was, but we had somebody from Central card and tell what that record is we got back in the day. First school ever to get so many football wins and basketball wins. United States. Not talking about state.
In the United States.
In the United States, all 53 states.
Where's the other 3 come from?
Well, you know, Puerto Rico. Let's see here.
Bahamas,
Bahamas.
Dominican Republic.
See, you know the other 3 states.
Okay.
I know my geography.
Okay.
I got a deep.
I never known they was part of the world.
Well,
United
hey,
States yet.
Well, you know.
You still need a passport to go there.
Well, that's true. Well, you know, right now we got 30 minutes left. I don't know if we gonna go 30 minutes or what are we gonna do?
Go some more. Hey, we had another caller didn't want to be on the air. She said, don't forget Kenny Battle had a basketball camp as well. You tell her she ain't doing it right.
First of all, let me look in the camera. Whoever you call here, name of the show is called Tell It Like It Is, not tell them to tell us like it is. Look at the title on the screen. Kenny Battle got a camp. Well, did you leave any details like the when the camp was and?
I thought Kenny Battle. You think Kenny Battle camp here?
I see. That's why you need to call back 384-2452 and give us some more details. Now I know Brian Cook's got a camp coming up in August, former U of I player. But once again, the reason why I brought this up, and like you just talked about the Central basketball camp, a lot of people think the only thing we talk about is negative news when it comes to athletes.
It's positive.
This is positive information, and this is what the majority, 95 to 98% of these guys are doing, you know, and they do it on a daily basis, monthly, year-round. They're out there doing positive stuff. So sometimes when we tell some of these stories like a Tank Johnson or Pac-Man Jones, don't get the impression that this is all the athletes do. But the problem is you don't have enough people out there reporting that information, and so that's why we wanted to get it out here, you know. We just got the signal. Ugh, I'm parched. 30 more minutes.
I'll tell you what, you know, speaking of that, I mean, down locally, we have the Little League Twin City tournament going on.
Right.
And there's 21 teams, and there's probably, well, they got rained out this week, so they're going to play most of the game. They got the home run derby for the kids.
Yeah, the home run derby will continue tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Robeson Field. There's about 7, 8 contestants that didn't get to bat on Wednesday when the storm rolled in here. Like Bundy said, there's other games going on, but Little League is going on here in town. So if you don't have
We got
anything,
a couple of AAU tournaments going on too.
a couple of AAU basketball tournaments going on in town. One up in Rantoul,
The other is Muhammad.
the other one's in Muhammad. So if you want to get out, see some youth sports. Now, see, and the reason why we're telling you this, we ain't all the way down on it. I'm not down on youth sports in terms of kids participating and playing competitive sports. I'm just concerned about how early in life they start specializing. That's my big thing, you know.
I can only play basketball.
You what? My daddy said I'm only a basketball player. He want me to work on my game.
And you 3'7".
Weighing a buck. Don't make any sense.
But dreams can happen.
I hope they do. I hate to see anybody miss out on their dream, but that's the reason, like I said, diversify, man. Baseball, football, basketball, little crocheting in there, you know.
Yard darts.
You should play Stack, go, you ever play yard darts?
Toss across. Tic-tac-toe.
Oh, boy, you get that beanbag on toss across. If you throw it just right, you can choo.
That's cheating.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's how we used to play, but hey, man,
Croquet.
man, this is, I'm getting misty.
We used to do it.
Thinking back all those childhood games we used to play. Red light, green light,
Oh, yeah.
steal the bacon. See,
Huh?
steal the bacon?
What?
You don't know nothing about that?
Man, if I stole some bacon out the house, I was in trouble.
It's not stealing the bacon out the house, man. The name of the game was called Steal the Bacon, but it was like you put something out there and you had teams, and then you ran out there and you tried to get it before somebody got you. And
I guess. I have one story to say. This guy, I know he's not listening. He has a baseball. My supervisor, I ain't gonna mention his name. He said he's a little kid coming up. He wanted to have a professional football field. So you know what he did?
What did he do?
He took the flour out the house and lined the field up with it.
Wow. And now, look at it, 30 years later, he's supervising men. Think about that. Phone lines open, 384-2452. Stack Girl's over there.
You're right.
She was able to go for some emergency nail surgery. Those 3 nails she broke off early in the show have been replaced, so pleased to report that. You know, we had lost that girl for a minute.
Yeah. They put Dragnet. Joe Friday found her.
We had an Amber Alert out for Stack Girl, and they found her. She was just sitting in the parking lot. She couldn't get through the door. Her hands she had a lot of bags in her
So
hands.
Joe, since it's the final show of the year, what's your memorable moment of the Tell It Like It Is sports?
Wow. Man, there's so many. I got 2. My memorable call. Stack Girl already laughing. We had the Piccadilly crowd.
Oh, I remember that.
They used to call in here, and they call us, boy.
There was some doozies.
Right, and the Michigan, they was talking about Michigan State Spartan.
Oh yeah, that was what's the quarterback?
Heck, I can't even remember the dude's name now. Don't even matter. Then they asked us about Manchester, New England soccer, and a few other calls. What's another memorable? Now, another memorable time was actually before the show actually ever came on, when we did a pilot. They actually tried to script this show. If you'd have seen it, that was the funniest show ever.
Because they recorded it, archive it.
Coach might have it on DVD. Just imagine us trying to read.
Oh, like Channel 3 News, huh?
Right, and they had us trying to read. What do you think, Sean? Man, that was hilarious. And so they learned quickly that you couldn't put but pictures. See, let me show y'all what we work off of on Tell It Like It Is. We work off of photos. We can't work off of the written word. This is
It ain't like we can't read.
right.
We don't want to read.
No, this is a
We're not trained.
Right, we ain't trained properly in the King's English. You know, this is a remedial. That's why this show is on public access. Because if we couldn't make it to the real world with
I think we could.
You think so?
Keeping it real.
Well, you know what? We on YouTube.
YouTube?
We on YouTube.
YouTube.
You can find Tell It Like It Is on YouTube now. It's on there. And let me see, what else? You know, some other memorable stuff. Stat Girl, she, just Stat Girl. I think Stat Girl #1, watching the many entrances of Stat Girl. You know, it'd be like 7:58, and you hear that door, and Stat Girl come flying in. You know, I've been here since like 6:15 or preparing for the show.
Yeah.
You know, that's one area. I think, you know, and then hanging out with you and Sam and Dollar, you know, having 3 partners.
Dollar
here.
Bill made the show.
Yes, he did.
And he passed the torch to me, and I just continued to take it up. I mean, him and his predictions, boy. Ooh, boy. That Dollar Bill.
Man.
He said the Bears going to win the Super Bowl, Ohio State going to win the national championship.
When he's
So
off,
Illinois.
he's off. He's missed everything. You know, he should not, you know what he should be? Dollar Bill should be a weatherman.
You're right.
Dollar Bill come on and then
Oh, it's not going to 10% chance of rain.
and it'd be a monsoon the next day. Courtesy of him. Yeah, his predictions. way
Snow
off.
would be a dusting. We have a blizzard.
Yeah. You know, another memorable time for me, man, the birthday show. I think that was real nice. Had a good time with that. Brought my buddy Stu Baby and my brother on here, and, you know, that's when you came on, and you brought Kendall in here, and kids got to hang out, so
Yeah.
that was another memorable. But you know what? If y'all got a memorable time on the first season of Tell It Like It Is, give us a hit at 384-2452. We only got about 20 minutes left. We're going on hiatus. I'm going to the island of Decatur, and Bundy's going to the island of Rantoul. We spend our break time, you know, big TV personalities like that need some time away from the public.
Right.
You know, the paparazzi, you know, when we leave here, it's similar to, you know, what some of them Hollywood stars go through.
Sneak out the back door.
We got to go out the back door, and that's because we're the police station right next door, and we don't want them getting on us. You know, but
That girl, what's your memorable moment?
a memorable call, or first season.
My favorite call was the lady who wanted the words to come across the screen.
Oh, when the lady wanted to close caption.
Yes.
And then she said, where are you? She said, we're in Urbana. Oh. I'm like, okay. For my TV, I need closed caption. I hope she's sitting out there watching. Thank you. Without your support, we wouldn't been able to do this show like this. But a couple other things in sports before we get on out of here. Boxing.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, 10 years ago today, guess what happened?
Mike Tyson had a Evander Holyfield ear
My
sandwich.
ear bit.
And that's why I'm glad you brought, because I was going to bring that up. Man, I'm telling you, first of all, can you believe it's been 10 years?
10 years since that man.
Oh, look at this. Boy, on UPTV channel 6. This is something else, boy. Look, hold on a second. You know, that old.
real.
It is, because the old.
And dirty.
Real deal. Remember, this is Tell It Like It Is. But you remember the old Ella Fitzgerald Memorex commercial?
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo-wee.
Is it live or a Memorex?
It ain't broke. But like you were saying, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, 10 years ago. Bring it up for 2 reasons. I can't believe it's been 10 years.
That's hard. That's hard to believe.
And the second thing is, Evander Holyfield's still fighting.
Tyson is too.
Well, he
He's
fighting.
fighting women, anybody. He's taking all on-comers.
Mike Tyson fighting charges. He fighting drug charges. He
do that, man. That's ludicrous. I've got some problems going on in my life, and it just doesn't work. And Evander, I want to apologize to you, your family, and I don't understand.
But Holyfield, here it is. You think back in his career. Remember, one of his first memorable fights was against George Foreman, and everybody was like, "Can anybody believe that? Here it is. You got this guy fighting this old man."
He gonna whoop him. He gonna hurt that old man.
16 years later, who's the old man now? Holyfield.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I want to bring up boxing before we got out of here, is that you know, the state of boxing is in total disarray. Right now, who's the current heavyweight champion of the world?
One of them Russians.
There you go. One of them Russians.
There's 3 of them, isn't it?
4. Shannon Briggs just lost it to a Russian. And not to say that the Russians shouldn't be the champions. The point is,
Ivan Drago?
there should be one champion.
It's true.
There should be a linear champion. Back when we was coming up, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. You go all the way back to Jack. There was only the heavyweight champion of the world was the baddest man on the planet.
You're right. He was Superman.
He was Superman.
Now it's Superman and Superboy and Superboy Boy and Superboy Boy.
Superboy's cousin, Super Dude, and that's the state of boxing.
But they're spreading out stuff.
But I'm glad you brought up Superman, because you know Superman, Batman. You know, on this show, I always talk about fighting. You know, like I said, you got what did I say, Serena Williams and Layla Ali, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Well, you're on the last show, Tell It Like It Is, UPTV Channel 6. I thought about this. This would be a cage match. This wouldn't just be one-on-one. Who would win in a cage match between Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, and Britney Spears? Think about it now. Come on, think about it. See, see, that made the phone ring right there, boy. Somebody said, Paris Hilton, Lindsay.
Paris got a little animosity right now.
Paris done been to jail.
She got
right.
Hard enough.
She hard. See,
hard.
She been on the yard.
I've been on the yard.
She 3 hots in a cot. Paris done did her 23 days.
Wrong number.
Wrong number. It's that girl cousin. Girl, when you gonna be through with that show? Is the biscuits ready? But Lindsay Lohan, she out there high, running over folks in her car, sleeping.
She wasn't high.
She sleep or whatever.
She wouldn't sleep.
And then, now I'm gonna tell you who I'd be afraid of out of that group though.
Brittany?
Man, Brittany, first of all, Brittany from Tennessee, and she cut all her hair off. Any woman who just walk into a beauty salon or a barbershop and just cut her hair off like that.
Cut it off.
And just go naked like that. Woo! She gonna be the tough one, you know. Now, you know, this is a monumental occasion. You were the final phone call for the first season of Tell It Like It Is. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, I was just calling because you guys need to give that girl that just issued out all of those glasses and everything to you, give her a hand. She's waiting on you like you guys have had a wonderful year, and I listen to you all the time.
Okay.
And you need to give her some recognition.
Well, you know, she runs and runs and runs while the show's going on, and when we try to give her recognition, she get, you know, you know. So should we say her name?
Yeah.
They run across the credits every show, but Khalid Boyden, executive producer, Tell It Like It Is, UPTV Channel 6. She's the studio boss, so we're going to give it up to her.
Hey.
Yay. We really appreciate her. Good call. Call anything you want to add other than giving it up for the executive producer.
We want to know who's going to win the fight.
Who would win between Lindsay Lohan and Brittany and all them?
Brittany looks like she's got some stock on her.
Yeah.
She looks like she might take them all out.
I think in a cage match, I think Brittany would end up biting them. You know, now Paris looked like she'd cheat. You know, back in wrestling, they throw something in your eye or something like that.
She had a sledgehammer up under the
ring, come out, bow. Yeah. But caller, excellent point. We gave it up for the executive producer, UPTV Channel 6. Look for us in the late summer, early fall.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Got another caller.
We got another call. That girl ain't gonna let it, you know, see, we trying to end the show early and get on out of here. Let me raise up my glass again. No, this on UPTV Channel 6. You know, this ain't Chris Style.
No, that's
Chris Sider.
That's Boss Style.
Boss Style. Caller, tell us your name, tell us where you call from, tell it like it is.
Hey, this is Mark. I was calling to tell you who would win in that cage fight.
Who would win, Mark?
Come on, dude. You have to go for the mountain girl. The mountain girl's gonna walk in and take care of those California girls, dude.
See, I knew it. Any woman from the mountains of
Plus, she's half
Tennessee,
crazy.
and she shaved her head.
And rehab, she's gonna walk in there, dude, and just bust it out.
So you'll come like, hey, what's up? Come on.
Right.
And like, how are they gonna grab her hair? She has done.
Because parents be like, oh, let go of my hair.
It's like,
Please
nope.
stop.
Now you see how I feel. No hair.
So I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting there.
Wait.
I just want to say this is my first time watching your guys' show, and I'm just dying laughing. So keep up the good work, guys.
Appreciate it, Mark. Take care. Well, I appreciate that, man.
That's good.
And the other thing I want to say, you know how many people you run into on the streets?
Hold on. You be somewhere, hey,
Aren't you the guy off TV? Tell it like it is. I was at McDonald's last week. I want to make sure everybody get this right. Just to let everybody know, if you see me out there with a cheeseburger or a wing in my hand, knock it out my hand, I'm on a weight loss program. So I need the help of the community to drop this weight. So if you see me out there.
But he's taking the hamburgers and he's throwing them in the garbage can and he's coming back getting them later.
How you gonna sell me out, man?
So if you see somebody out there and digging in the garbage can, you're like, man, they're like Joe Stovall.
No, it ain't.
You're gonna have a man, you're gonna have disguise on.
I'm a big old Artist Gilmore fro on, the mutton chops. But knock the cheeseburger, pizza, and chicken wing out my hand. But I was at McDonald's going through the drive-thru, and I ordered, and you know how you pull up and you pay your money, and then I just paid my money. And as I pulled off, the lady said, "Yeah, that's the guy on the TV show." I said, "Wow." So I bring that up to say this to everybody who's sitting at home watching this. You don't know how humble we are by the support.
I've been places, hey, ain't you on TV?
You just don't know.
So you guys do a good job. I said, well, thank you.
And the people who sit here and call us and just watch us, and then you talk to us when you see us out and about, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, with all sincerity, thank you to Champaign and Urbana and surrounding communities for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now you notice how that came up on the screen, didn't have to yell, all the others,
you have to holler, thank you,
thank you. But thank you, Champaign, Urbana, surrounding communities. Tell it like it is, this was the first season. This is not the last show. This is just the last show of the first season. We getting ready. I'm going to the island of Decatur. He's going to the island of Rantoul. We're gonna go to hiatus and we're gonna chill. Jason Liggett, Kenneth Jenkins, and Troy. We never knew Troy's last name. Excellent job on the cameras.
Kudos.
Kudos to Coach Khalid Boyden, who ran this, and Khalid will be leaving us. She going to School for Wayward Girls. Is that where you're going? Oh, she going to DePaul. I thought it was old Jesuit school, so I couldn't tell. I'm sorry, but Coach, all sincerity, you did a great job running the show. Stat Girl,
don't cry.
We tried to fire you about 600 times. Nobody else wanted the job, and you kept coming back. But seriously, you did a great job. You know, nobody has Stat Girl's button pushing skills.
No.
I'm telling you, I've watched that girl answer a phone better than anybody. Pew!
She got the fastest finger in the East.
Got it. So Bundog.
Been real fun. And we got lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink.
Can we mix that with this
ball style
Bartles and James that we got here? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute, we should shake this up, shouldn't we?
You better not.
Yeah, it might.
We'd be on Channel 3.
Right.
City building blows up.
Right, breaking news. So thank you again. We'll be back in August. Football season starts. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. Season finale. We out of here.
Bye-bye.
And we supposed to like fade or something?
We are faded. See, I'm faded up.
Music come on. Then countdown.
watching a master at work.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Let's go.
What you looking at? Step your game up. What you waiting for? Step your game up.